How I stopped being lazy, a simple guide. Part 1, I knew something had to change. For a long time, I felt lazy. I woke up late. I didn't want to work. I said, "You'll do it tomorrow" many times. But tomorrow came and I still didn't do it. I wasn't lazy because I was a bad person. I was just tired, lost, and not motivated. Sometimes I looked at my phone for hours. Sometimes I stayed in bed all day. I said, "What's wrong with me?" But I didn't have the answer. Then one day I had a small moment. I needed to send an email. It was very simple, only 5 sentences. But I waited 2 days to do it. When I finally sent it, I felt 2 things. First, relief. Second, shame. I asked myself, why didn't I just do it earlier? That question stayed in my mind. I decided to do something. Nothing big. Just small steps. I told myself I want to stop being lazy. I didn't need to become perfect. I just wanted to feel better, to move again, to care again. So I started with one small rule. Do one thing every day, even if it's small. Part 2, I started with one tiny action. The next day I woke up and said, what is my one small thing today? I didn't want to clean the whole house. I didn't want to write 10 pages. I just told myself I will wash 1 cup. That's it. 1 cup. It sounds funny, right? But when I washed that cup, something happened. I felt a little success. It was small, but it was real. The next day, I washed 2 cups. Then I cleaned the table. Each day I did just one thing. Sometimes big, sometimes small. I made my bed. I opened the window. I answered a message. I took a 10-minute walk. Slowly, my brain started to feel different. It said, you are not lazy. You are moving now. That's the secret. Action changes how you feel. Don't wait to feel ready. Do something small and the feeling comes after. I didn't plan a big day. I just made one small win. Part 3, I learned to break big tasks. Before, I felt lazy because things looked too big. Clean the whole kitchen? Too hard. Finish the project? Too long. Start exercising? Too much. So I stopped doing anything. But then I learned break the big into small. Instead of clean the kitchen, I said clean 1 shelf. Wipe 1 counter. Wash 5 dishes. This felt easier. My brain said, okay, we can do that. And often when I started, I did more than I planned. I cleaned the shelf and then cleaned the second. I washed 5 dishes and then 10. Starting is the hardest part. But when you begin, your body wants to keep going. So I made a new rule. If it feels big, cut it into small pieces. This helped me not feel lazy. It helped me feel calm, in control, and strong. Even now, I use this trick every day. Part 4, I made a simple plan. After I learned to do small things, I wanted to stay consistent. But some days I forgot. Some days I didn't want to do anything. I needed a plan. I didn't want a big, difficult plan. Just a simple one. So I took a notebook and wrote, today's small task. Make the bed. 10-minute walk. Read 1 page. That was it. The next day, I wrote again, today's small task. Reply to 1 email. Drink water. Stretch for 5 minutes. I didn't always do everything, but writing it helped me focus. It gave me a little goal, and when I finished one thing, I felt proud. I could see it. I could check it off. That small paper became my friend. I didn't need a phone app. I didn't need a calendar. Just a pen, a notebook, and a little time in the morning. My plan reminded me, you are not lazy. You are doing your best. Part 5, I stopped being too hard on myself. One big reason I felt lazy was because I was too hard on myself. When I didn't do something, I said, you're useless. You never finish anything. You're lazy. These words didn't help. They made me feel worse. So I changed the way I talked to myself. Instead of I'm lazy, I said today was hard, but I can try again tomorrow. I did one good thing today. I'm learning to be better. Kind words helped me move. Angry words stopped me. I also learned this: everyone feels lazy sometimes. Even strong people, even smart people. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to keep going step by step. So now, when I have a bad day, I say, it's okay, I will try again. Being kind to myself made me stronger. Part 6, I started to move my body. Another thing that helped me stop feeling lazy was moving my body even just a little. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't run for an hour. I started with 5 minutes of walking in the room. Then I stretched my arms. Then I went outside. Moving helped my brain feel fresh. It gave me energy. Some days I put on music and danced for 3 minutes, just for fun. Some days, I stood up every hour to stretch. Even on tired days, I tried to move just a little. The more I moved, the more I wanted to do other things. I learned motion creates motivation. If I wait to feel ready, I stay stuck. But if I move, I start to feel ready. So now, when I don't want to do anything, I say just move for 3 minutes, and it helps. Part 7, I use the 5-minute rule. One of the most helpful things I learned was the 5-minute rule. Here's how it works. If you don't feel like doing something, say to yourself, I will do it for just 5 minutes. That's it. Not 1 hour, not 30 minutes, just 5. I used this rule for many things. Cleaning, reading, writing, studying, even exercising. At first, I didn't want to start, but I said, only 5 minutes. I cleaned for 5 minutes and kept going. I wrote for 5 minutes and got more ideas. I read 1 page and wanted to read more. The 5-minute rule helped me start. And starting is the biggest problem for people who feel lazy. Once you begin, it gets easier. Sometimes I still stop after 5 minutes. That's okay. Even then, I feel good. I did something. I moved forward. 5 minutes may look small, but it builds something big. Try it and you'll see. Part 8, I found what inspires me. There were also days when I didn't feel like doing anything, even with small steps, even with movement. On those days, I needed inspiration. So I made a list of things that made me feel better. A song I love, a short video that gives me energy, a picture of a place I want to visit, a memory of something I finished, a quote like small steps every day. I looked at one thing from that list and my brain said, let's try again. I also started watching short videos or reading short stories about people who changed their lives. Not perfect people, real people. One person started walking 5 minutes a day and lost weight. One person started writing 1 page every morning and wrote a book. One person stopped scrolling their phone and started learning a skill. I thought, if they can do it, I can try too. Inspiration gave me hope. Hope gave me energy. Now I keep a small motivation box on my desk. It has a few pictures, quotes, and reminders. When I feel lazy, I open it and find a reason to begin again. Part 9, I learned to rest the right way. Rest is important, but sometimes I used rest as an excuse. I said, I'm tired. I'll just scroll my phone for 5 minutes. But 5 minutes became 1 hour. Then I felt more tired, not better. So I learned the difference between real rest and lazy time. Real rest helps you feel better. A short walk, stretching, a nap, drinking water, listening to calming music. Lazy time feels like rest, but it makes you more tired, mindless phone scrolling. Watching random videos for hours, lying in bed and doing nothing all day. So now, when I want to rest, I ask, will this help me feel better after? If yes, I rest with peace. If no, I take a walk or do something different. I also make time to rest before I'm too tired. Lazy people don't need more pressure. They need better rest and a better plan. Rest is part of the journey. It's not bad, but it must be the right kind. Part 10, I became a little better every day. Now I don't call myself lazy anymore. I still have slow days. I still sometimes wait too long to do things, but I don't feel stuck. Because now I know what to do. I take small steps. I move my body. I speak kindly to myself. I make simple plans. I don't wait to feel ready. I begin even if I don't feel like it. I break big tasks into small parts. I use the 5-minute rule. I rest the right way. I find things that inspire me. And most of all, I try again. That's the biggest change. I don't stop trying. Before, I thought lazy meant broken. But now I know lazy just means I didn't have the right tools. And now I do. You don't need to change your whole life in one day. You don't need to become perfect. You just need to do one good thing today. And then again tomorrow, and again the next day. That's how we stop being lazy. Not with pressure, not with shame, but with small actions, one day at a time. If I can do it, you can too. Start small, be kind to yourself, keep going. That's how real change begins.